looked at the last couple of annual reports from the Department of Revenue, and the annual reports from the Department of Revenue indicated that the percentage for the state for tax digest collection versus bill has been averaging 95% for the state. According to the report we got from Lori Smith, Jasper County collections are 81% collection versus bill. That's a 14% difference between the state average and Jasper County. Matter of fact, I don't know of any counties that I can remember in that report that were as low as 81% in the whole state. Maybe a couple, but there aren't many. There's certainly none around us that were anywhere near 81%. Mr. Chairman, what I think, rather than us sitting here and trying to figure out why we're not collecting taxes, I think we need to ask the county tax commissioner to come in and let us know why the collections seem to be lower than any time in recorded history that I know of.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
Ask her to come in and explain it and tell us what she's going to do to raise it to 95%.
Well, and not to interrupt, but her report says that she's at 89%.
89% of
and I'm at 81% of total collections from what was being billed. So this is what I'm saying. And before we, if the board chooses to do so, that's fine. But the auditor is coming this week to meet with us to figure out why I'm showing one percentage and she has another.
Lord, thank you. Let me ask you, I used to get a copy of that report from Ms. Faulkner. I mean, we put it in my box. I'd look at it. I hadn't gotten one in quite some time. So, does she cut off in June now that we cut off in June? Is that how her report goes? Because her report used to go, on a calendar basis. So how does her report
her reporting
cut off?
has moved to the same reporting as us. Okay. So the 81% that we're showing to date is where we are as of February.
Can you give us all, or I would like one, but could if everybody wants one, that final report for June of 2011, I guess, right?
Well, she has two different reports. We have a report that she presents to the state, and that's due April 20th of every year. So that doesn't matter what our fiscal year is. That's based on Tax Digest. So that report is due April 20th. But then when the auditor comes in, he has an additional report that's part of our audit. So,
could I get a copy of that April 20th, 11 report, 2011?
Yeah, I think that's the one that Greg has, but yes, we can make you a copy.
And then if you could give me one of her year-to-dates or whatever she's doing.
That's fine. Yes, that's what I have here now. And like I said, so on her year-to-date report, we're 89%, but our year-to-date number is 81%. And so that's why, through the audit process, one of the things that was noted was the tax commissioner collections to make sure that our numbers match her numbers, and Mark has contacted us to get us on that program, so we're going to work on that this week.
Lori, that report in April, does that actually show collections, or is that just the one that shows the value of property against our assessments?
No, that is that shows. I'm not as familiar with that report, but it does show what she's collected and then the amount that's uncollected.
It's property by property.
Right, and the uncollected is.
And I take it the letter is in process or has been sent.
She knows about it. I'm giving it to her.
See, the main thing that I would be interested in on this.
She knows about it?
It's not due until April 20th.
The thing that I would be interested in is the people who are 2 years seriously past due. What is their reason for not paying?
And that's not specified in the report that you give. And that's one of the contentions I think the Commissioner Bernard has. There's not that specificity is there.
Well, I know the tax commission is of the opinion that tax collections are up to her. However, we're trying to run the county. I'm not real sure what it is. Makes it very difficult for us. So I'm not trying to cause her problems, I'm just trying to find out where do we stand, and what could we possibly do. Secure the problems.
And just so you guys are aware, I'm looking back at her 2010 digest, and she is at 95% of her total budget for 2010.
That includes past years.
Right. So she's collected 95% of what we billed for 2010. And I have each year here, and this is something, again, that she's gonna start providing me on a monthly basis, so that way we can know what those amounts are going forward. And then for 2009, she was at 97%.
Mr. Chairman, consistent with what Laura's saying, I think we need to make sure that we've got the right numbers
Right.
before we bring the person in to explain it. Hey, Laura, were you saying the 89% was versus the 81% that you